Yeah. What up, Mad Lucky family? Welcome back to the vlog. It's been a minute. Today, it's a little bit different. We're doing our Q&A. I know I said I was gonna do this a little while ago. In that time though, guys, I did get engaged. Me and Bianca got engaged. So like, there's a lot happening, but I'm really excited to be back. Finally answer these questions, so let's get to it. Okay, so the first question that I get a lot is, how much did I pay for my machines? Great question. So I have two machines. I have a snack machine and I have a drink machine. I paid about $1,900 to $2,000 per machine. So for both machines, I paid over a little over $4,000 with tax included. If you watch my second video, I think I go into a little bit more detail. I actually take you guys to the warehouse. I'm based in Houston, so I actually worked with a vending machine supplier as opposed to just like buying it from peer to peer. And so by using a vending machine warehouse, there are certain guarantees that you get by obviously working with a company versus just buying it from someone. So with that price, with that $1,900 price per machine, that also included getting my card readers installed, my NIX card readers. Important to note, they only install the physical card readers. They don't set up your account. They don't make sure anything is like connected via the back end with the company. They make sure that it works on the machine, but in terms of you getting paid and like making sure that your accounts are set up, you have to do that all individually. So I had to contact NIX directly, make sure that my account was set up. There was some information that the vending machine suppliers had to give me, but all that really was like, what's the number on the box for the card readers? Like there's a specific serial number or something that they had to give me. But outside of that, pretty much just worked with NIX directly myself. And those prices are typical for what you'll pay for a vending machine when you go through a supplier. The NIX card readers themselves, I think they're between they're like $350 individually. I think you could maybe get them, maybe $350 is not right. I have to check that number, but sometimes you can buy them from people individually. You can buy them directly from NIX. Like there's different ways to get them. Some people have discount codes, promo codes. Like just do your research and you'll find out that way. Okay, our next question comes from Kristen, and Kristen wants to know, how do you work out your pricing? Do you eventually want to get more machines? That's a great question. Okay, so for me, in terms of pricing, I actually was helped out by the vending machine supplier company. They kind of helped me set my prices initially because I had no idea. So I kind of used their advice just based off of, their industry knowledge and then, what I was kind of hoping to make a profit on. I also have my stuff priced so that I have like 100% profit margin, I guess. So all my cooked soda cans, for example, are like 30 cents each, but I sell them for $1. So I'm making back more than my 100% profit. Does that make sense? So you just gotta kind of set it up so that it works out for you, that you're making money on everything, and you adjust your prices accordingly. And do I plan on getting more machines? Yeah, I think I'd like to. For now, as I mentioned in the last video, I kind of think I want to replace the location that I have with a combo machine instead of two individual machines. Just because I think it would be better. I'm wasting a little bit of product because they don't buy everything. So that's just something that I'm like learning as I go. But yeah, I definitely want to get some more machines. Okay, so Derica asked, where did I get my vending machine shirts printed? And I went to this website called Promotique, which is actually, I think, like a subsidiary of Vistaprint. But they do like embroidery, I believe. So I'll put the link here below so you guys can check it out. Derica's second question was, what has been the biggest challenge about the vending machine business so far? And for me, I'd say finding the perfect location. Kind of like people say it's going to be. So I have a location, but is it the perfect location? I don't know. I don't know if I'd say that because I'm not making the money that I want to be making just yet. So I'd say that's probably the toughest part, is like finding the right location that's going to make you the money that you want to be making. It's all very relative. So the last question is, what do you wish someone told you about the vending machine business, before you got started? I would say that it's all about the work that you put in. Like, it's as busy and as productive and as successful as you decide to make it yourself. What are you going to do to make sure that your business is exactly what you want it to be? I mean, that's pretty much life. The work that you put in, the effort that you put in is exactly what you'll get out. So, Audra asked a great question. What do you use to manage your books? Glad you asked that. I use QuickBooks. I use QuickBooks for my other business as well. It's a great platform. It's online. There's like a bunch of different ways that you can use it, but it's important that you know how to like use your books, even though you have books, like running your profit reports, running anything that you would really need to do. I actually have a bookkeeper. I got one this year for my other business, so it's really been helping me out to keep everything organized, make sure stuff is itemized, and categorized correctly. But yeah, I use QuickBooks. So there was a good question I got asked, which was, how do I update my inventory after I am at the machine, like this? So I keep it really simple. So all I do while I'm here in my phone, I'm just writing down what things were. So for example, B1 was 0, now it's 3, B3 was 0, now it's 6, things like that. So I'm kind of just updating as I go. I'll count how many is in there, and then I will go back and also reference the NIAX app, and then I'll go through my inventory on here and make sure it correlates to the inventory on there. And then when I get home, I go into the NIAX desktop app and I update all of that on the back end. So there is a little bit of a lag, but if something changes, like if someone buys something in between the time that I refill and the time that I get home to update the inventory, I still get a notification that something was deducted. So then I'll be like, okay, well, I said I had 7, but one was sold while I was gone, so now it's 6. So just kind of simple like that. I don't make it complicated at all. NIAX is my inventory tracker. I used to do it independently, but it was just more work than it needed to be, honestly. So whew. All right, we are back. We have refilled that thing, thank God. So I got another good question, this one from Shakira. So she asked me how I calculate profit, if I have to leave a certain amount of money or change in the machine because of the coin collector for the change. So great question. Off jump, to keep it simple, I don't count that change. I don't think about that money at all. I probably won't count the change that's in my change counter, 1, unless I have to, and 2, when I'm ready to be done with the machine or something. I just don't think about it, basically. I just always make sure that there's enough money in there for other people when they use the machines, but I don't factor that into how much money I've made. Now, your standard formula for profit is literally just revenue minus expenses, and that equals your profit. So you count how much money you've made in your machine, and then you subtract everything that you've spent on your machine, and you will have your profit. That's just kind of the simple answer for how to calculate profit. Now, my good sis Shakira also had a follow-up question, which was asking about the NIAX app. Does this app only work for machines with credit cards, or can it be used for cash only machines as well? So great question. The NIAX card reader is only compatible with machines that accept card readers, which basically means that your machine has to have a something in order to put any card reader on it. I have a NIAX card reader, which is great, but there are other card reader companies, like USA Technologies, I think, is one. So it really just depends on what you guys want to go for. So I can only speak to the capabilities of NIAX. NIAX keeps charge of my cash as well as my credit card sales. If I didn't have the card reader on there, I would not know how much cash I was making with my machine. But thankfully, because the card reader's on there, it's hooked up and it can tell when money has been inserted into the money thing, the bill dispenser. So that's the good thing about NIAX. So yeah, NIAX keeps track of my cash check sales as well as my credit sales. Not every one of them does that. Your machine will not automatically do that for you unless you have a card reader hooked up to it. Again, keep in mind, having a card reader is awesome, right? But you are paying for it monthly. So outside of paying that initial like setup cost to get it, you're paying the activation fee. You're also paying the monthly like maintenance fee to have it. So I'm paying it's like $20 a month for both machines because it's $10 per machine. It automatically gets deducted though. So it's not like I have to, it's not like Nayax has my card information and they just like pull money from my card. They pull money from my profits automatically. So they deduct it from everything I've made. So I don't even see the money, which for me is a good thing because if I don't see it, I don't think about it. I don't know you took it, so whatever. But yeah, so it does cost money to have those card readers on there. So keep that in mind. All right, so someone had a question about back-end operations, about software and all that sort of stuff. So let me show you guys really quick what I do as soon as I get home from the vending machine, how I update the inventory on Nayax and what that looks like real quick. All right, so here's pretty much the back end of the Nayax website. It looks different for different people, I'm sure, but this basically tells me what I have, which is 2 machines that are currently connected. They're 100% strength, which is awesome. Once I get home, after visiting the machine, I'm going to update the inventory on my machine. So I pretty much, do a little bit of this. I can't show you guys, all that jazz, but 49%, and it says my snack machine's at 51% inventory. So I'm gonna go in and just update all of these numbers to what they currently are now that I have updated the machine. So let's do that now. All right, so here's how you go about editing and updating your product via the Nayax app. You're able to adjust your product name. For example, these all say, my finger's in the way, it says skinny popcorn. There were 2 in there, now it's just smart food. So I should update that low-key to just say smart food. And I had the 8 in there so I can know how many was smart food versus how many were skinny popcorn bags. But now we've updated it, and now there are 8 bags left of the popcorn. I had like 2 extra bags sitting there. I didn't buy any more of that one, so now there's 8 out of 10. Sour cream and onion, and I don't know what else is in there. Oh, the Cheeto Puffs. That brings us to a total of 5 bags of chips in that coil, but there's 10 coils total. So you'll see this column says how many is missing. So it says how many is missing based off of how many is in the par. So the par is the total number of items that could go in it, and then how many you have on hand is how many is actually in your machine, and then it just lists how many is missing. And then it sort of shows this on your app as well, your par, your on hand, and your missing. That way you never have to overbuy products. You never have to get too much of anything. You always know exactly how much you have left, how much you're missing. It's super clutch. So then you basically go through and you edit all of that for everything, and then you click apply changes, and then you are on your way. You've made some changes to the stock levels. Would you like to update the visit date? Yes, which was today. And then that will be reflected in my app as well. Let me show you. So now let me open Mom. Check our inventory. Our stuff is updated with what we just did. Smart food, on par, on hand, what's missing. Kind of just go down the list and see everything from there. All updated in real time. So, and it updates the prices on just everything. It's super clutch. So yeah, updated on the phone now. All right, so in regards to being able to provide important documents, I just don't feel comfortable. I'll be honest. I am not any sort of professional. Any sort of important documents that you need, you should probably be getting from someone that knows absolutely what they're doing. And I think I'm pretty smart, but I just don't. I don't know. I just feel like I shouldn't do too much of that. I know there's folks who they're selling it, you know what I mean? I've purchased it myself, so maybe look for some of those people that are selling those documents. There's a lot of folks out there that have useful information for you guys to like get stuff from. But for me personally, I'm using this YouTube page as a vehicle to just show my journey, not to really give you guys anything outside of like insights into my personal experiences. I don't want to become like a guru or a teacher, because I'm not, because I'm learning with you guys too, you know? But there are a lot of great people that you guys should follow. So maybe I'll do that. Maybe I will say, here are some folks you should follow that I've been following, who I've gotten amazing tips from via podcasts, via Instagram pages, via Facebook groups. So let's do that right now. All right, so first personal recommendation for some vending machine resources. Vending University. These guys are awesome. I follow them. I've been following them for a while on Instagram. They're at Vending University. They have stuff like, they have an ebook available. They have a complete vending business bundle, a location guide, all sorts of stuff. Plus they have a YouTube channel. So check them out. They have documents and stuff available to you guys. Another one that I really like is Rezo Vending. I've been following her on Instagram for a while as well. I also follow her YouTube page, so be sure to check her out. I actually got some of my documents from her. I did my vending machine proposal sort of document based off of something that she had for sale on her website. So again, there's a ton of resources out there that I've utilized that you guys can utilize, and we can all win. You know what I'm saying? So another great resource is Vending Nation on Facebook. I'm pretty sure he also has a substantial YouTube channel, but he has an awesome Facebook group with over 30,000 members that I personally go in and ask questions and get tips all of the time. When I had that issue in my vending machine with the water bottle being stuck, I literally took a video of it, posted it in the Facebook group, and had like 15 people respond to me with ideas and suggestions about what I could do to fix it. I took their suggestions, I took their ideas, and that's exactly how I fixed my machine. I didn't call anybody, I didn't pay any extra money to do it. I just asked the Facebook group and they answered. It was unreal. Oh, and the last one, and I just have to give it a shout out. I did give them a shout out once before, but the vending machine operators that use NIAC's Facebook group has been clutch to my personal life. They've helped me so many times when I have questions about my NIAC's readers specifically. This is not applicable to folks who are going to get card readers from a different company. This is specifically for folks that use NIACs. Maybe the other companies have Facebook pages. Like, you really just got to go on the internet and search. The answers are always out there. So hopefully some of these resources are helpful to you guys. They are personally helpful to me, and I can't wait to see us all in these groups asking questions, getting answers, and making money, honey. All right, folks, this is gonna wrap up the video for today. Thank you so much for being a part of this Q&A. It was awesome to answer your questions. It was great for me to sit here and think about a lot of this stuff, but I'm gonna sit here and enjoy the rest of today. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.